Welcome, beautiful light warriors, to this Sunday meditation with the Light Warrior Collective. I'm Wouter, I'm your tech host for today. If you have any technical challenges, send me a direct message and I'll sort you out as soon as possible. As in the chat, we are once again present from all over the globe. Always impressive to see where these beautiful souls are dialing in from. For the further introduction of today, I would like to hand it over to our beautiful host, Inken.
Thank you very much, Wouter. Welcome, beautiful people. I'm very happy to see all of you. Welcome to your moment of self-care, your moment of connection, your moment of empowerment. Every Sunday at the same time, we are here for you with open arms, creating most of the time with our very special guests, unique sessions for you that are tailor-made and that raise your vibration and just lift you out of your everyday life on Sunday to a special moment. So I am really, really excited for today's session. I have goosebumps already. It's going to be very powerful. And I love to hand it over to Viv so she can make the introduction to our beautiful, beautiful, and one of our most favorite guests, Sylvia.
Thank you, Inken and Sylvia, for agreeing to come back to this space and holding space as you do so elegantly and graciously for our community. Sylvia is very interesting because she brings all sorts of wisdom from other cultures. She likes to bring her connection with nature. She brings her experience with family constellations, and she always wraps it up in a very palatable, fun, and inspiring way, all these different bits and pieces of hers. I find her to be an incredibly gifted healer, so I'm looking forward to today's session and to find how that today's session touches each of you in a very special way, which I know it will. So thank you once again, Sylvia. We love having you with us, and we're grateful for the time you and effort you put into our community on an ongoing basis. So thank you very much. Kick it off.
Thank you so much for seeing those bits and pieces and for this trying it to bring it all together. And I'm very happy to be here. And in this moment of my life, I am actually working, I have these themes that come up. And so now for the moment, I'm working around expansion. Now, expansion is like this normally. But we all know that what is outside is inside. So it's also this expansion inside of me. And I really, really would like to take you this afternoon on a journey and have you profit from this moment in my life. Just a small introduction to this afternoon's I like to call it ritual. It's a visualization. It's a meditation, and for me, it started with the fact that I would like to share that how the universe is humor. In spring 21, I wrote down in an exercise that. And I had a very few times, so I was just writing. And we're going to do that before we start the ritual. I'm going to do that with you guys too. So I took a moment and I started writing. And one of the wishes, work-related, that I wrote down was... So as you know, I'm a trainer. I have to give you some context, I realize. I'm a trainer, I give workshops, I'm a coach, and I do spiritual and work and healing work. So for my forgiving training, I wanted to be even better in storytelling, because we all know that when you tell a story, people just get it, you know. And so I wanted that. And I find myself writing down little stories for my teachings. Now, not, you know, the right story for the right team, for the, you know, in the workshop for the companies. No, little stories for my teachings. And I think, you know, who could have been more surprised than me when I started in October 21 to download little stories with teachings. The little stories, I downloaded or in one of my meditations, I bumped into this mammoth. Well, you can't go around it, it's huge. And I wanted to draw it. And the drawing turned into one of the mammoths that I said to myself, hey, but I know you, it's you I saw. And so it turned into Pep the mammoth. And Pep the mammoth started to tell me stories and started to give me teachings. And it ended up in a book, in a real book, in a real hard book, which I never would have guessed that I would be able to pull that one off. And so I said to myself, those little stories for my teachings, nothing to do with my work. I'm not reading out kid stories, you know, into my meetings. So the universe, you know, has humor, which also brings me to sometimes we ask the things to universe or spirit or God, and it comes a little bit different. It actually comes the way you need it to be, the way it is congruent with your mission and your purpose. And you know, it makes me super happy. Today I gave in French we would say a primeur. So, you know, the first, because I already started the drawings for the second book, and my little niece was here, and I said to her, would you like to hear a new story of Pep? And she says, yes. And so I read it, and then she says, again? So that for me, that was, you know, it was the magic. So, you know, Pep is here to stay for a very long time. I have loads of stories. All that in order to just show you that the little exercise that we're going to do now can have huge impact and huge consequences. And, you know, don't be too specific. You can be broad. You know, universe hears you and will bring it to you. So just for one moment, take 1 minute. I'm going to just, you know, put 1 minute and write down work-related, health-related, a list of all the experiences, all the things you would like to see for you to become better, to expand in your work. Just write it down or think it through if you don't have anything. There we go. 1 minute. Okay. Right, just the last of the words. And we're gonna start slowly the ritual. I hope you wrote it from your heart. So the first step, for me, the first step, what I personally am doing when I get into my meditations, my visualizations, and other work is two things. I ground myself and I align myself. I will do that with you guys too if you want. But the other one, the very first one, is to tell my brain, thank you for being there, but for now, I only need you to observe and remember. I do not need you to analyze. I do not need you to judge. I know exactly where I am going now. And even if we don't know yet where we're going to travel, we also know that if we tell brain a story, he will believe it, or she will believe it. There's no gender, it will believe. Okay, so just for a moment, from your heart, tell your brain, I know exactly what I'm doing. Just remember and just observe. And we'll be drumming. And we are going to start with some drumming, and we're going to bring our light frequency up. The higher our frequency, the more information we get. And the better we're grounded, the higher we can go, right? So we're just going to take a minute to do some grounding. We can do that very fast by starting from the second chakra, the chi, the hara. Send 2 light beams straight to Mother Earth, to the center of Mother Earth, where are beautiful crystals. And you turn your light beams around those huge crystals. And while you're there, just, soak in this beautiful sacred light before you bring up the light to your second chakra. From there, you go up and you align yourself with the universe. There we go. From there, we are going to bring our awareness to the third eye, the perceptual center, the chakra between the eyes. And when you get there, imagine yourself being in front of the most beautiful doors you have ever seen. And just hold your awareness there for a moment. Okay, there we go. doors. And when we open the doors, when the drumming starts, someone will come to you. An animal, maybe a code, a guide, a deity, somebody. Just let them come and receive. Okay, are you ready to open the doors? The person or the animal will be your teacher and help you to connect with the experiences, the wishes that you have just been writing down. So I'm just gonna drum. But if you already got all your information, feel free to write it down. And for the people who would like to ask some extra questions to the guides, I will be drumming one more time. And when I'm done drumming, just be silent for a moment or continue to write. writing or drawing or just listening to your inner being, to your soul, to the universe. I'm trying to straighten the lines for you and to take away the obstacles that are there. There, where necessary, increase your light frequency. So it is easier to connect whatever is in the head with your heart. To get that line stronger and clearer and lighter and focused. It also means that you're creating space. You're letting go of some stuff and you create space. It also means that you will be taking responsibility for your own things, because you will be doing the work here. You will just get the information from the guide, from the animal, and you just receive and connect and do the work. You're only one step away. I will be taking you slowly back to where we are in this reality. I will count from 1 to 5, and at 5 you will open your eyes and you feel better than before and inspired and motivated. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in deep, and while you breathe in through your third eye chakra and ask back all the parts that are still in different dimensions, different time frames, maybe a part that you left with somebody else. You ask it back. You breathe in through your third eye, you bring them back, and by breathing out you slowly let everything find its own way in your body. They know exactly where they need to be. All those parts from you out there. Breathe in and let them settle back in. Feel the connection with Mother Earth, the alignment, your center. And I will count further 4 and 5. You open your eyes, ready for the rest of the day, the week, the evening, the morning, wherever you are on this planet. And together here with us.